Here's a quick video just to explain how I decrypt DVDs. I'm going to be censoring the title because I don't want to be, taken down or censored, because the censorship right now is out of this world. So that's why the title, I say this because I'm recording and I haven't taken the title yet, but you'll see the title censored. The reason is because, I don't want, and some things might be spelled wrong on purpose. It's, again, censorship. But I'm just going to say, I might just say, a different title. I don't know. This is a raw recording. I did not script this, but PixarMan2001 wanted to know how I make ISOs. I think that's what I'll call it. So you would think I use image burn because you make ISOs out of that. Nope, I don't. I don't use it because it won't work with these region protected ones. And actually, the program I use is actually half legal and half illegal. It was discontinued in 2005. It's called DVD Decryptor. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. But it's from the UK. The official site got shut down, but a mirror of it was up. It's a UK website because it's .co.uk. So if you search up DVD Decryptor, you want to make sure it has a .co.uk. Otherwise, don't go for it. But download that. You might, because it's from 2005. I don't know if it's been modified. I ran it on my Windows 7 32-bit machine on my Inspiron 530. I ran it on there. I also ran it on my PowerTrack, the same one that blue screens when I capture tapes with Dazzle, Pinnacle. Every time I close out of the capture window. That same computer, yes, I've done. That's where it's actually made. All the Disney ISOs I've done were made with that computer. And I use the ISOs. And the reason I don't share them is because simply I don't want to try and trace the source. I only, they're intended to be used, for home use only. That is my disclaimer with them. They're not intended to be sold. Like, don't sell them. Like, if you get a copy from me, they're not for you to sell. They're for you to see them because the disc is, like, legitimately scarce. But I use DVD Decryptor. It's from 2005. I know I'm kind of rambling, but I use DVD Decryptor for it. And it works just fine. All I have to do is just get into read mode or write ISO. I think it's read or write. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to show it on video because, again, with censorship, with all the censorship going on, I really do not want to be censored. So I'm not going to be showing it on video. There are videos out there showing the program. Within the program, I could do consultations, showing you privately, but I'm not showing it on public video. I can do consultations though. But basically, I just use the read or write ISO, and then I use a little button that shows like going disk to the DVD or to the hard drive. Now it does work with non-copy protected disk, and that's actually what I do it sometimes because it's faster, to get them copied over than Windows natively on non-copied discs. Like it's actually faster. But for the sake of it, I don't know if it'll work on 64-bit operating systems. I've never used it on 64-bit. I don't know what the program's like. I don't know if it's been modified. I have no idea. The last version was released in 2005, to my knowledge, so based on my research of it. I have used it on Windows 7, and it worked. It installed natively, and I didn't have to use any compatibility mode, but it was 32-bit. I can't guarantee they're going to work on 64-bit because I've never used it on there. I have used it on Windows 7 and Windows XP. I should have said that earlier. Vista will work because if it works on Windows 7, it'll work on Windows Vista, which is older. Which is actually surprising that it works on Vista and 7. Well, I've never used it on Vista, but, take my word that it'll work. Although I'm sure almost nobody uses Vista these days, but I can't guarantee. I don't know if they'll work on Windows 8 or 10. And let me just say, I also don't recommend you use it on a main computer. Like one that you're going to store like a lot of files on, or take on the internet or something, I don't recommend using it, because just for a lot of reasons, I don't recommend using it on a computer. You're either going to put it on the internet, like if you have to use your main, have it disconnected from the internet when you use the program. Disconnect it from the internet. That's what I would do. It does work offline because, of course, it does not need the internet. You just need to download it from the internet. But if you absolutely have to use your main computer, disconnect it from the internet before using it. But if you have a spare computer from, my recommendation, if you have a spare computer with a DVD-RW drive, I don't know if a DVD-ROM drive will work. I've never used that. If you have a spare computer with a DVD-RW drive, you can use it as long as I think you have to have Windows XP. Windows 2000 does not, and older don't support the DVD-RW drives. At least I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure they don't. I haven't tested it. I haven't tried to test that theory, but I'm pretty sure Windows 2000 definitely does not support that. I don't think Windows 2000 supports the DVD-RW drives. But why would you want to use Windows 2000 anyway? If you have an old anything for like Windows XP to Windows 7 and you're not using it as your main, and you're not using it for like active use, or the use you're using it for is like really small, I just would use that computer. The other reason I use it on there is because I can't guarantee the program's not going to crash on you or corrupt your computer when you download or something. I mean, I would be safe in downloading it, but all I can say is I can't guarantee any results. And I can't show you because, again, I don't really want to get censored or have complaints and stuff. I don't want to be under legal problems either. I'm just going to say, that's the program that's available. I'm just saying it's available online. You think I'm crazy, but I don't want to put myself into a bad position. And I'm willing to do consultations to show you more, but I will not do it publicly. I'm sure I've repeated myself probably 5,000 times, but the sum of the video is I use DVD Decryptor. You download it from DVD Decryptor. I think, let me see if I have it up on a site. Actually, I can tell you right now I have my other phone. I know this is a long video, longer video than I needed it to be, but whatever. DVD Decryptor, I'll just tell you. It's DVD Decryptor. It should have some DVD Decryptor .something.uk. It should have it's DVD Decryptor. That's the site that I had downloaded it, and it definitely will work. Again, I can't promise it's going to work on a 64-bit computer. I can't, and I don't recommend. You can't use a virtual machine either. If you need further things, I can give you consultations on how to do this. But my recommendations, if you have any old computer from with a DVD-RW drive, if you have a DVD-RW, even if you have a USB DVD-RW drive, you can hook it up and Windows will read it. And the program will detect it. That's fine too. If you have an external drive, you can hook up to your computer because your computer it's so old, doesn't have a DVD-RW drive. As long as it's got Windows XP on it. It's got to have Windows XP and newer. Although I believe that it would work with DVD-ROMs, considering it was around for a while, it's like 2005. But let's just say, you can try it, but I cannot guarantee it's going to work. If you have a USB DVD-RW drive anyway, and have an old computer and don't have a DVD-RW in there, I would just hook up the USB drive, just to be sure. I'll be willing to do consultations, as I said. But to sum it up, use an old computer like XP to 7. I don't recommend using Windows 8 or 10 because the operating systems are very resource hogging compared to the other three, like XP, Vista, and 7. And yes, Vista was underrated. It just came too early. That was the problem. The hardware was not ready for Vista back then. That's why it was crap. But I'm just saying, if you have any old computer and all you have is like Vista or something, I still would use it. If all you're going to use this thing for is to store ISOs and make ISOs and stuff, that's fine. I just don't recommend using it on your main computer because in case you have problems or something. Use an old computer like XP to 7. I can guarantee it'll work on XP and 7, and if it works on 7, I'm almost certain Vista will work, because it works on XP and it works on 7. It should work on Vista. Use Service Pack 2 though for Vista. Don't use Service Pack 1 or RTM. Use XP, Vista, or 7 and have a DVD-RW drive, and you should be good to go. Have a 32-bit system. You can try it on 64-bit. You can also try DVD-ROM and all that stuff. You can try all these combinations. I just can't. You have to have a DVD-ROM minimum, obviously, but I cannot guarantee you that it will work. I cannot guarantee you it will work. So that's what I'll do. I know I've repeated myself so many times, so I'll say it one more time, then I'll end the video for real. Because I know I'm annoying and repetitive and stuff, but just trying to emphasize the point. It's DVD decryptor. It should be DVD decryptor something dot UK. I'm not going to say the actual thing because I don't want to, cause problems. So it's a UK thing. Use the DVD decryptor site. Download it from there. I've done it before and I know it's safe. Your antivirus stops you. Disable it for 10 minutes or something. Disable it to download it but it should only be from that site, so it shouldn't stop you. It didn't stop me when I did it on the one computer that did have antivirus on it. Get it installed. Use XP through 7 again. It will work on XP. I've made all my ISOs. Pretty much all of them were made on XP, and they work just fine. It doesn't matter the computer you make them on. You don't even have to open them. You can mount them to the VLC, but it doesn't matter which computer you do them on. You just store them wherever you want to. They'll work on anything. Yeah, some of it. Sorry if I keep repeating myself. I said it, I'm being so annoying, repetitive, but you download it from dvddecryptor.something.uk. Not literally the name of this URL, but you search it up. It should be a UK website. Download it from there. Install it on your computer, and open it up. It should be read, write mode. You want it to be in ISO for read or write. I don't remember which one. But I will give consultations if you need them. And then you don't want to be in file mode. You want to be in ISO mode. That I can tell you. You don't want to be in file mode. If you need further questions, I'll do consultations. But this is also the reason I'm doing consultations instead of showing publicly, is because I don't want to give people weaponize it. That's exactly why I'm not doing it, is because I don't want to be responsible. So you do it in ISO. You downloaded it and install it, ISO mode and all that, and you're good. Don't use a virtual machine. That's very bad. Don't use a virtual machine, because I can guarantee you're going to have problems there. I have not tested it there, and based on my past experience trying to make an ISO out of a disk, have failed. So, with using a virtual machine, that is, and just don't use it. I just can guarantee it'll work with DVD decryptor and on real hardware. Use an old XP to 7 machine. I can't guarantee it'll work on 8 or 10, but I wouldn't recommend using it on there, because it's your computer will be so slow. Plus, you want to make this on a dedicated computer in case something happens or something. I can't. That's just a disclaimer. But there you go. DVD decryptor, download, install on XP through Vista or 7 machine. Make sure you have a DVD-RW or ROM drive, whichever. Try a DVD-ROM, but I can tell you DVD-RW definitely works. Probably DVD-ROM works because you're taking the stuff from it. You're not writing to it, just reading it. But I can just have a DVD drive, and then have a computer, or have your DVD-ROM drive, have the disk, have DVD decryptor, have an XP to 7 machine. Then don't use it on your main computer unless you disconnect from the internet. I recommend you disconnect from the internet. If you absolutely have to use it on your main computer. Like, preferably use a spare machine. If you need to help downgrading the machine, because it may not work in 64-bit, I can help you downgrade a computer if you have questions. I'm open for consultations, and I'll give more details of that in the comments if you have questions. So yeah, there you go. Well, sorry for the long video, but I just want to get my point across. So yeah, thank you for watching this video.